all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Boss Business Podcast with C
and T,
where we educate our listeners on the ins and outs of starting, marketing, and maintaining a business. We are giving you guys the good, the bad,
and the ugly.
That's right. We also interview our successful business owners, small business owners, as well as our future business owners. So tune in and grab a friend. But first, T, go ahead and tell the people what our drink of the week is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week's drink of the week is the Tequila Sunrise. It can be made with, of course, tequila, some orange juice, grenadine, and grenadine syrup. Put it together and get you a beautiful tequila sunrise. Drink it on the sunrise or the sunset, or just drink it for the Boss Business Podcast, man.
All right. So pour up a glass and let's get started. So our topic of the week today is inventory versus drop shipping. So here at Boss Business, we have so far been giving you guys a lot of good ideas on businesses that you can start, side hustles that you can start, and just ways that you can make money on the side. So a lot of people, it raises the question, should I do inventory or should I just do drop shipping? A lot of people don't know about drop shipping or don't know what drop shipping is. So today we'll look at both inventory as well as drop shipping. So first, let's talk about inventory. For those who may not know what we mean when we say inventory, can you explain for the people what inventory actually is?
Well, the technical term for inventory is I'm just playing. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, inventory is just simply having product on hand. You're buying wholesale, buying in bulk, and then you're distributing it like retailing, distributed piece by piece. So if you know what? Drug dealers have the best business model set up. However, it's probably not the best idea, but let's think about it for a second. All right, so I'm not about to go into the math. I'm not about to go into everything, but you go and you get a whole bunch of product.
You get a kilo.
You get a kilo, whatever you want, get some pounds, and you break it down. And so let's say, for Boss Business purposes, let's say you spend $100 on it. You get this square brick or whatever. I know it's more than $100, but stick with me. So you get this product in bulk, and then you break it down, and then you sell it individually. So on that $100, you may make $1,000 inventory. Now, if you go and get 100 of those $100 whatever, and then you break $1,000 for every $100, and then look, you have inventory to sell. So like I said, they got the best business model, man. You gotta learn from everybody, but just learn from their mistakes. I love inventory personally. I have a business that is built on inventory. You can have this inventory belly to belly, which is like person to person, building those, communicating, building relationships, or you can do it online. Either way, having inventory for me is my favorite because I like to know what's going on in my business. I like to know where the product is coming from. I want to make sure that the consistency of the product is the same, that I'm going to get exactly what I pay for in bulk, that I'm going to actually use my products to sell, so I'll know what I'm giving to my consumers. Inventory. And so when you have your business, you can track everything that's coming in and going out. So you will know what you need to sell more of, what you need to buy more of, and what you don't need to buy more of. Let's say that you have a business selling bracelets. You have a black bracelet and a white bracelet. Your white bracelets probably don't sell as much. So why would you go and buy a whole order of white bracelets when all of your black bracelets are selling? However, if you're doing a whole bunch of sales in a month, you want to make sure that you have enough inventory. That is my take on inventory.
All right. And that is, that's actually a really good analogy. Definitely we're not saying go be drug dealers.
Yeah, don't go be drug dealers. But what you can do your research. Go talk to one. Yeah. Not necessarily, because everybody got one in their family. Just go talk to them and ask them how they run their business. And then take that model, apply it to something legal, and go put it into action, man. You learn a lot, man. I'm telling you, man. You better
So
watch some
you,
TV.
so you, so you telling me I'm gonna go on the corner and I'm gonna ask the
I
drug dealer,
said somebody in your
and
family.
I'm gonna just walk up and be like, "Hey, how you do this?"
Yeah, I bet they'll tell you. I bet they'll be like, all right, so this is what you got to do.
First they gonna say, are you a cop?"
No, they ain't gonna. They'll just look at you. They can look at you and tell. They
Is
smart
it?
now. That's what I'm saying, bro. They smart. They can look at you
Yeah,
and tell. They can look at their product and tell if it's good or bad. They can.
yeah.
I'm telling you, man. You better go do some research.
Well,
Or
in
if you just
legal,
watch the Boss Business podcast, we'll tell you everything. You know. But
there
anyway,
you
go
go.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, in legal terms, so, back to the legal way. Well, that's actually a really good idea. Actually, you can watch like there's my husband likes to watch like all those drug dealer like documentaries and
Mhm.
movies and stuff like that, and they'll tell you like how much they bought and how they flipped it
Yeah.
and made so much money. So hey, don't sleep on
Mhm.
it. Don't do
Okay.
it, but don't sleep on it. But when it comes to buying in bulk, so let's say you decide I want to. We always use cups. I want to use a different
Let's
example.
use cup. Let's use something else. All right.
All right. Use bracelets. You said bracelets, right?
Bracelets.
So
Bracelets.
let's say, so for the sake, we're gonna talk about bracelets. So let's say you want to buy 1,000 bracelets, right? Where can you
Okay.
buy them bracelets? So you can go on Alibaba
Mhm.
and buy those bracelets. You can also go on AliExpress. Those are the two biggest wholesale websites
Mhm.
where you can go and actually buy items in wholesale for like cheap. So let's say you go, I'm gonna compare AliExpress. I'll just say AliExpress. No, I'll
Okay.
say Alibaba. Let's say you go on Alibaba and you price out how much is 1,000 of these bracelets, right? Versus how much is 1,000 of the bracelets on Amazon. Now you have to think when you're buying on Amazon, a lot of people feel like I'm gonna start a business. I'll just buy a few off of Amazon, to get started, or I'll order as I go, or I'll buy in bulk off Amazon. But you're losing out on money, and the reason why you have to think Amazon is a lot of people that's selling. You can sell things on Amazon. So if I buy it from Alibaba, I can sell it on Amazon, and then you turn around and buying it. So it's like you're not getting a cheaper weight. So you might pay for 1,000 of those little bands. Let's say they're like $5 each. That's a lot of money that you'll pay on Amazon as opposed to using Alibaba or AliExpress and paying like 10 cents for one,
Right.
so it works out. So when you buy in bulk, you want to make sure that you're being smart about it. Don't go to Walmart, don't go to Hobby Lobby, don't go to Michael's, because those are people that are reselling, where do
Right.
they get it from? They get it from a warehouse. So you want to go skip the middleman. You want to go
Mhm.
straight to the source. It might come from China. It might or it might not. I mean, but you want to just make sure that you're starting your business out smart. You want to spend as least amount of money as you have to. So if I buy in bulk, I will go right there to one of those sites and just buy me something for like $100.
Right. All right. Yeah, just buy it and then I don't know. It's crazy. So with inventory, it's cheaper a lot of times. The more you buy, the cheaper it is
Yes.
because they want to get rid of their product. And so the more you buy, let's say if you get 100 items, you may spend $20, but if you get an extra 150 more items, they may cut it down to 15. So they may give
Yep.
you a deal. So definitely go out and find a supplier that is dependable and consistent and go in and get with them and start getting your products in bulk. Now, this is if you have a business selling um
Mm-hmm.
inventory. So like she said, you can do cups, you can do bracelets. We're gonna get off these cups. Everybody's selling cups. You can do cups, bracelets, t-shirts, you can do baby items. There's so much stuff that you can buy in bulk, customize it, and then go back and resell it. So
Yes.
because it's the day and age that everybody wants something that they can call their own, that they can make their own. So if you can be that artistic person that can put your own spin on an item, and then you can sell it in bulk or like what they do, like birthday parties, like especially with
Yep.
t-shirts. They do birthday parties, anniversary parties, weddings, like the bride and the groom, everybody want to
Yes.
match the shirt, baseball teams, softball, all kind of little sports teams. And so you go and get a whole big box of t-shirts, you bring them back, and you don't have to get 1,000 different colors with 1,000 different logos on it. You just stick to the basics because
Mm-hmm.
that's what's going to get you started. And so that's what's going to bring that that's what's going to bring that income in. So now you can branch out and do something different, but just get started with a few specific colors and then start working on that. You don't have to
Yeah.
be it's so much stuff I want to say that I'm trying to like kind of
Condense it.
condense it down. So yeah, we'll just stick with that. Get you, buy it in bulk, customize it, and then sell it. That's what I'm gonna say. We can go deep. I
Yeah.
don't want to go deep.
And
We'll be here
then
all day.
so and then customizing, that's where it's at. Like
Mhm.
something so simple, like my bonnets. You know, you
Mhm.
can buy a bonnet at Walmart, you can buy a bonnet at the hair store, but
Mhm.
they're not gonna put your name on the bonnet. You know, they're not gonna. I've done
Exactly.
bonnets for like wedding parties. I've done bonnets for like people just like giving away at like graduation parties or like
Mhm.
slumber parties, like all of that. It's a way to be creative. So think if you set up like a little Etsy shop.
Yeah.
When I started my business, I started out on Etsy. I set up a nice little Etsy shop. I didn't have to pay to start an Etsy shop as opposed to like a website. Like you can start a website with like Wix, Shopify,
Mhm.
GoDaddy. I don't recommend GoDaddy, but because I use
Why
GoDaddy,
not? Why? Yeah,
you
talk to me.
know,
Why not? Why not go there?
I use GoDaddy because when I first started, so I started my business, I started out on Etsy because this was a side hustle, right? I was
Right,
working
right.
full time and I started an Etsy shop because I was like, oh, I just let it sit on Etsy, fill a few
Mhm.
orders. But Etsy was a good starting place, but my first month I sold really, really well. So it
Mhm.
got to the point Etsy does take a cut. They take like
Yeah, they do.
a percentage. It's really not a lot. It's like maybe like 15 cents for a listing. I don't know. They take like a small amount, right? So they take that and then they charge you a month, like maybe like 20 cents just to like list something on there. But if you're making sales, it'll just take it out of your sales. So like
Yeah.
I don't even know at this point. I still have my Etsy shop. Like, don't sleep on Etsy. But I honestly don't know the exact amount because my sales always cover my Etsy fees.
Mhm.
So I started with Etsy, and then I was looking for a website, a platform to start my website. So I always heard of Shopify. I always heard of Wix, but I was like, I just want to try something different, like a food. Well, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing is wrong with Nothing is wrong with GoDaddy, but I just think that the way Shopify works is just more like user friendly than GoDaddy. Like
Yeah.
Shopify, you can see when someone is shopping, like you can see when someone is on your site.
Oh,
If
really?
someone
Yeah.
puts it in their cart, you can see that. So like
Mhm.
eventually it gets to the point where if someone has it in their cart, you can like set up to email them and say, hey,
Yeah.
I see you left this in your cart. So GoDaddy kind of has something like that. And honestly, I set up my own website.
Mhm.
I don't know how to design websites, but GoDaddy had a really nice template, which was so easy. I did it on my
Yeah,
lunch
yeah,
break, like took me less than 30 minutes. And it was very simple, but I just think that Shopify is just better. I don't know.
yeah.
Some reason I just think Shopify is better for small businesses than GoDaddy. Wix, I heard that Wix is really good as
Mhm.
well. Wix is really good when it comes to the template for designing your website
Yeah,
and the layout. But I haven't used Wix before. But it's
I
just
got you.
different sites that you can actually sell on. But anyway, custom is where it's at because
Mhm.
it takes a simple item like a cup. It's custom would take. I wish I had my
Everybody got cups though. That's why it's so easy to talk about. Everybody has cups. Like I don't care where you are. It's a
yeah.
cup somewhere.
Listen,
Yeah, cups.
today is the first episode that I'm not drinking out of my custom cup, but I love my custom cup because it'll take a cup from like so basic. to like I have my custom cup has my name on the side. It has like a
Yeah.
little picture, and I feel a little fancy, you
Right,
know. So
right,
it
right.
takes. I'm not gonna pay. You can pay like $5 for a regular cup, but a custom cup, I'm paying like $20, $25, $30 if it's a nice little glass.
Exactly. Oh,
You know.
okay. So we have a cup when my wife does. Somebody sent us as an anniversary gift. It's a tumbler that has our wedding picture on it, and then it's a barcode that you can scan. And once you scan it up to Spotify, it played our wedding song on it. Bruh, it's like the dopest cup ever. Like it's her cup. I ain't got one. She on the same one. But you can do like go above and beyond, and I'm pretty sure she probably sell it for like $35, $40 because of all the work she put into it. But
I
I'm
would
pretty sure
pay.
she probably paid herself like $10, $15 to do all
Yes.
that, but she was able to mark it up to sell it for $30, $40.
Yep.
Inventory.
Inventory. It's all about buying in bulk. She probably got that cup for like 15 cents.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
especially if
selling
she
it for
bought
30.
a lot of them. Yeah, sell it for 30.
Listen, you go on Alibaba, AliExpress, buy, let's say tumblers, buy 100 tumblers for like $25 or $50. You customize them. Just it doesn't even have to be like I'm not creative. I've said multiple times, I'm not creative at all, but I sell custom stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like people will tell you what they want. You know, you start off, get you like, if you're doing cups, do like 3 different examples, like 3 just like sample pieces, and put that out there. And people will tell you, look, I want this on it. I want my cup to say this. I want my cup to say that. And you sell them things for like $30, $40. Like,
Exactly.
what? That's money.
However, don't spend the re-up. It takes money to make money. So, especially if you have a website, you got website fees, you have shipping fees, you have taxes, you have all this extra stuff that you have to pay. There's like, oh, I'm making like a $20 profit when I buy. Yeah, you may make a $20 profit, but these people don't want their money. So make sure that when you're selling something, selling your inventory, make sure you have some money set aside to go back into your business. Because you can get 1,000 t-shirts, you sell 1,000 t-shirts, you get that money and say, oh, we made it. And then you go blow that money, and now you don't. And now your next order is 500 because you don't have enough to make that 1,000. They don't have enough to buy that 1,000 t-shirts like you started with. And then now you got to work with 500 shirts worth of inventory. And then you go and blow that money, and now you're at 250 shirts. The re-up is important, so don't blow the re-up. See, back to drug dealing, man. That's a lot of time when they be posting that money like up to their ears and all of that. They be that re-up money. That don't be their profit money. That's their re-up money. They got to go and buy some more product with them. Let them fool you. So when you start bringing in this income, don't spend the re-up, man. You better save it. So you can buy more product and put it back into that machine and keep it flowing, man. Inventory. It sounds like a lot to manage, but it's actually better. Like my business, my business model is inventory. So I do have an online site, but as you can see, I have products at the house. I have products that I can go, and if I need to make an extra whatever, I just go and sell those products like belly to belly, like face to face to somebody.
Belly to belly.
Belly to belly. I like that. I heard that term. I've never used that term.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard it. I just heard it like the other day.
I've never heard that.
What we used to say, face to face. I guess face to face.
Face to face.
You know, it's face to face.
It's COVID. We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah,
you talking about belly to belly.
But basically, what you're doing, you're just building a relationship with people that you're around all day long. So yeah, you may have a website, you may have your Shopify website, and you may have orders coming from your website. But I personally like to have product on hand because there are some people that don't know how to work websites, don't know how to work the internet, they don't know how to work their phone. They want your product, but they just don't know how to get to it. And so now you can actually ship it to them directly. You can put little samples and stuff. You can personalize the packages that you're shipping to somebody so they feel like you care. Because for me, it's all about customer retention.
Yes.
Like I want that person to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. Those repeat customers. So that first sale, you probably did the work, but the second and third sale, your product did the work themselves. So if they go and buy your cup and then you ship their cup and you put like some little candy inside the cup that they bought, And so the next time they're gonna get their cup and they're gonna say, "Girl, I got this cup and it had candy. It had my favorite candy in it. You should get this cup too." And so they go and post that cup on social media, and everybody's like, "Oh, where you get that cup from?" And now you got that customer, you got referrals, you got repeat customers. Man, it's a beautiful thing. So having a website in this climate, especially during pandemic, is important because you want to have your business going. But that belly to me is, man, it's
belly to belly.
I like it.
And that's actually like that's a really good point. Give your like make an impression. You know, if you're just selling cups or you're just selling wristbands or something, you know, making an impression. So sometimes, like when I first started, what was I doing? Headbands. So when I first started doing headbands, you know, I got my inventory up, and to put myself out there for headbands, whoever ordered bonnets, I would just give them a headband. Like, you want a bonnet that says Mrs. Carter, right? All right, here's a headband, you know, the same color that says the same thing. So when they get that, it's like, wow, this is some good quality, you know, headbands. Like, let me tell this person, let me tell that person. And that word of mouth is very, 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 very powerful. So they say they're wearing their headbands because when you think about it, like the bonnet, that's something that you wear at night, but it does not have to be worn at night. You know, some people wear it during the daytime.
So but wear the Walmart.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. It's cool.
Some people wear it in the daytime. I don't judge. But a headband, that's something that can be worn out in public. You know, so let's say you walking around with a headband that got your name on it. What they gonna say? Somebody, girl, I like that. You know, like people, oh, I like that wristband, or I like that shirt that you have on. Where you got that from? Oh, I got it from XYZ. Now you done made a whole nother customer and you're not even doing anything. So I think that's why I love inventory. You know, I'm not 100% against drop shipping. Yes, I am. I'm 100% against drop shipping. I'm not gonna lie. It's not for me. It's not for me. But that's why I love inventory, because I am in charge of what I have. I'm in charge of how much I have. So if I have 200, it's nothing for me to say, here, take this. You know, it's nothing for me to say, here goes a headband, here goes a robe, you know, take it. Because I know that it's going to bring me more customers and I can handle the customers. You know, it's bad for somebody to place a large order and you don't have the inventory. Like, that's so bad. Like, that's a horrible feeling for you to be like, man, I'm about to miss out. For you to be face to face with somebody, belly to belly with somebody, and they're like, oh, I heard you sell this. Can I get some? Oh, I don't have it. You know, I have nothing. Like you said, if you take that re-up money and you don't go get more t-shirts, you just want to ball out. You want to go on vacation. You don't want to sell no more t-shirts. You want to take a break. So you on vacation and somebody see your shirt and they're like, oh, I like that shirt. Can I get one? Oh, I'm out of shirts right now. I'm trying to save some money. When you had the money, like, oh.
That is a whole process. That is a whole nother process trying to get back started.
Oh, it's a process. But I mean.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been there.
I mean, it happens. No, but you have multiple products. You a whole nother level. A whole nother level. I'm talking about the people that's just starting out with just t-shirts. You be like, I ain't got this, but I got 12 of these. I leave you with a whole shopping list. Like, let me hold on. Yeah. he done got me out of all my money.
All of it. Whatever you need, I got you.
Anyway. What you do?
I got something for everybody.
Yeah, what you do is a whole different thing. So we're talking about the people who want to start off selling t-shirts. Let's say they want to sell t-shirts, right? They only have a budget about I don't know, set your budget however, but let's say they only have a budget and they're just like, I want to sell some t-shirts. So, you know, you buy in bulk, get your t-shirts, create you a little Etsy shop or make you a website just somewhere and make it like custom. Like, do it, be creative and put your own little spin on it to where something needs to set you aside from the next person or from the corner store. Because I could get a pack of white tees from the corner store, you know? Exactly. So set yourself aside and just do something a little different that makes you stand out and that makes people want to spend their hard-earned money.
Yeah. And that goes into branding because everybody is so many different. Just think about it, like just the bread. Like it's so many different brands of bread,
Mm-hmm.
but people buy what they like. People buy the brand that they grew up on. People buy the brand that their parents bought. So if you can brand yourself to be a house, not even necessarily have to be a household name, just something that people want to relate to, people can relate to, and then they'll come and buy your T-shirt. Or they'll come and buy the same product. They can go to somewhere else, but they just want to get it from you because they're buying into you and not just the product. So
Yes.
that's the beauty of having inventory, man. And it's I guess pros and cons to everything. So we don't
Yeah.
want to just talk up inventory because there are also some downsides to having inventory. Like she said, you somebody want to come and buy some product and you ain't got no product and you're just sitting there looking all crazy. Or if the product that you sell, you can't get access to anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
now you have to, let's say you've been getting your shirts from one supplier, but now that supplier, something happened, you have to get it from another supplier and the quality is not the same. And
Mm.
the people notice that the quality is just a little different, and so they stop buying from you. So there are pros and cons to everything. We prefer inventory, but let's talk about drop shipping, man. Let's spend like a second or two on drop shipping.
All right, so let's give our unbiased opinion.
Yeah, let's do unbiased. Let's not be so biased. Let's give our unbiased opinion about drop shipping.
All right, so let's look at how drop shipping work because, like we said, a lot of people don't know about drop shipping. So let's look at how drop shipping actually works, right? All right, so here's how drop shipping works. The customer purchases on your website or on your store, your online store, and it comes directly from the supplier, right? What does
Mhm.
that mean? You don't touch the product. It comes straight from the supplier to the customer. You're just the middleman. You're just the store. You just provide the online store. And then they place their order there and it gets sent to their house. Like you don't even have to like do any shipping or anything like that. It just comes directly to them.
And so now you may be thinking, oh my God, that is so simple. Like, why should I do inventory if I can just drop ship? Before we get into that, let's talk about it. All right, so drop shipping. So what are the steps? Let's just say you do want to start your own drop shipping business because, like I said, it may be your preference. Let's say you do want to start your own drop shipping business. There are 5 steps to starting your dropshipping business. The first step, get your pen and paper out, is logistics. So you want to make sure you get all the logistics right. You want to get your supplier right. You want to make sure you have a product to sell. You want to make sure you get your LLC. You want to get your license. You want to get your seller's license, your sales tax license, because you want to do it legitly. Like you want to have a legitimate business just in case they send like some anthrax to that person's house and then they be like, well, I got sick because I bought it from such and such.
Yes.
And now you was like, well, I ain't even touch it. I ain't even do this because your supplier sent them some,
Mm-hmm.
and now you got to deal with it. So get your license, get all that taken care of, so you won't be sending nothing that you don't. Yeah, it's crazy. The next thing you want to do is identify your market or your niche, and you can do that just by figuring out what you're interested in. What, not necessarily what you're interested in, but what other people are interested in. How do you find out what other people are interested in? Go to Google AdWords and find out. Just type in Google a product, and it's going to show you how many people have been searching for this product. It's going to show you the trend on that product. Is it selling? Is it not selling? At what time it sells the best? And so you go and find your market of the product that you want to sell. So see what sells, find out the competition,
Yes.
do your research, find out the competition and what they're doing and what they're selling and how much they're selling.
And
That's the
then
second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so while we're on that part, so actually, if you create an Amazon sellers account,
Mhm.
Amazon will actually show you millions of product. Like you literally can type in what it is you want to sell. I want to sell cups. Amazon will show you our cups. I mean,
We
Amazon
got it. Okay. Okay. Let's do hand
microphone,
sanitizer. We're gonna
microphone.
say hand sanitizer and
We'll do
microphone.
microphone. Okay.
Do
So you
microphone.
want to sell microphone, right? Amazon will show you the top sellers that's selling microphones, like the top. It's like you can filter it, but of course they'll tell you like everybody who's selling microphones. You can look at like the top 5 sellers or the top 10 sellers. They'll show you how often they sell. They'll show you how much they sell, how much they make from selling. So it's ways like you create that Amazon sellers account, whether you're doing drop shipping, which you can do drop shipping through Amazon or AliExpress, but whether you're doing drop shipping or if you actually have inventory and want to sell on Amazon, you do an Amazon sellers account, it'll tell you all of that information, everything you need to know, it'll let you know.
Yeah. So, number 2, identify your market. Number 3 is finding your supplier. We're gonna stay positive. We're gonna stay positive about this. So you want to find your supplier. So first of all, when you find that supplier of the product that you want to get in bulk or wholesale, you want to make sure that they have experience, make sure they have good reviews. You want to make sure they have fast shipping. Fast shipping. I know it's a pain point. It's okay. And then before you start selling this product, get some samples of that product and test it out for yourself. Test it out in your market, and your market is either on your social media or in your area. Test it out with people and ask them how they like it. And if they like it, go ahead and get some more and sell it. If they don't like it, don't buy a whole bunch of it and try to sell it, because they don't like it. A lot of other people ain't gonna like it either. So get some samples, test it out, and then put it to the market.
Here's my thing. I'm trying to give my unbiased opinion.
I know.
But when you find your supplier, when you're doing, I'm trying to watch my words. So when you find your supplier, right? And okay, I'll use myself as an example.
Okay.
My very first business, before I decided to actually like take the business world serious, my very first business, I don't even claim this, but I'll tell you, I decided to start like an online kids clothing store, right?
Yeah.
Using drop shipping.
Mm-hmm.
There are pros to drop shipping, but there are cons. My personal experience, when you said order a few and look at it first before, okay, so here's what I did. I started my shop. I was like, okay, I'm doing my research. I got my supplier. I'm following the steps that you gave me. So I started my shop and I ordered a few items.
Mm-hmm.
The day I started before I released it, maybe like a week before I started my shop, I ordered a few items. And I started my shop. I got one sale. By the time I got them items, I was like, this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. Took a month and a half. I ordered my daughter, it was a kid's clothing, so I ordered my daughter, it was like a one piece, I don't know, maybe like a shirt or something. For one, the size was messed up. The thing was so extremely small. Like, it took a month and a half for me to get it. At this point, I already made a sale. Yeah. So I had to reach out to that person. It's a month done passed, so I'm letting her know, look.
Because she want her product.
She want her product, and she gonna get it, but it ain't gonna be what she wanted. So I'm trying to get ahead of the mess to let her know. Yeah. Like, and I don't want to tell her I did drop shipping, but I don't want to say like, oh, I ain't touch it. It wasn't my fault, because it's your business. It's on you. It's your responsibility. It's my business. My name is behind this business, so they don't want to hear, oh, my supplier, whatever. So I had to reach out to her. I had to close up shop. I was like, drop shipping is not for me. That along with multiple other reasons, but I was like, it's not for me. So I had to reach out to her and let her know, look, you're gonna get it. It ain't gonna be what you thought it was gonna be, but you're gonna get something in the mail. So when it comes to, I think that's a key point. Order a few test objects. Get it first before you start your shop, before you push go. Get them samples first so you can look at the quality, look at how long that shipping took. Put an asterisk right there. How long the shipping took before you make your decision. That's all. That's all.
Let's see.
All right. So let's look at the pros and cons of drop shipping, because like we said, there are some pros, but there are some cons. So one of the biggest pros is that it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a low startup. You don't have to pay as much. You don't have to pay as much to start a drop shipping site. You just pay for your little website. You don't have to pay for inventory. You know, you can probably get started on actually less than $100.
Right. Yeah, it don't take that much to get started. That's why you gotta go through so much to get started. It don't take that much, but you gotta go through a lot. Yeah. And so what we talk about the pros. So you got low startup and operation costs. You got the demand is expected to grow. Like I said, do your research. Make sure it's a product that people actually want. And then you don't have to physically touch the product. Even though you want samples, you don't have to physically touch your product. You can order the product from the supplier and then you build your e-commerce website. Once you build that out, and you can go to either Wix or WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Shift for Shop, or you can have a Shopify website. And so you can actually have that supplier ship the product to the distributor. And so the
Mm-hmm.
distributor may be Amazon. So you get the supplier, ship it to your distributor, and then your distributor is going to ship it to your customers. However, you must have that website. Your website is actually going to be that middleman. So it's going to be the person that takes the orders and then gets the address for the shipping. And so your next thing, the last thing you want to do is market your site. So it's so many different ways to market your site. You can social media, you can do Facebook ads, Instagram, Snapchat has, I think Snapchat has ads. You can
Yeah,
post it
they
on
do.
Snapchat. Yeah. And there's so many social media, but also like we said, when you're doing your research, go to Google Ads. You can also um get with Google Ads and make an ad on Google. And so once you start selling it and getting more popular, um, when people go and type in a product, your
Mm-hmm.
name could be the first one on the list. So once you start building up your rapport with people and being a trustworthy site, Google will start putting your name closer to the top. So if people want to go and look for bracelets, when they just type in bracelets, it's going to be your website pop up the first one of the first few to pop up when they're looking for bracelets. So you definitely want to market your site. I know a guy. His name is Daryl McLean. He has a SEO, which is a search engine optimization. So what happens is they put your website in this little optimizer, and so every few times somebody looking for a product, your site will pop up automatically. So that's actually pretty cool. Find somebody with a search engine optimizer. Like I said, his name is Daryl McLean. You can go and find him on Facebook. He has an SEO. So you just put your website in there. You pay, of course, you pay like a monthly thing, but
Mm-hmm.
they're going to actually promote your website for you, which is
Right.
actually pretty cool. It does for all kind of businesses. So it's actually pretty cool. So it's so many different ways you can market your site. There are many different pros and cons to drop shipping. Um, like we said, low startup costs. You don't have to physically touch the item, and then you don't have to ship it. You don't have to deal with the shipping and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them cons, it may get to you. So, like we said in the beginning, it's definitely personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out when you're figuring out your business, figure out your business model as well. Is it something that you want to have inventory? Is it something that you want to do online or offline, or is it something that you just don't even want to touch? Is something that like we said, you go to the supplier and have them ship it to the distributor, have the distributor ship it to the customers, and so figure out what you want and then just go for it. But like we said, those steps are important. So figure out the logistics, identify your market and your niche, your supplier,
Mm-hmm.
build your e-commerce website, and then go to work and market your site.
Yeah. And then another pro about drop shipping, because there are some good things. So another thing about drop shipping is that you can sell multiple items.
Yeah,
With inventory, like we talked about the t-shirts, you can buy like let's say 100 white t-shirts, right?
mhm,
Whereas with drop shipping, you can sell shirts,
yeah,
dresses, jackets. You don't have to actually buy all of those products.
mhm.
So I mean, drop shipping is good for something. A
Yeah,
lot of people, a lot of people want to start a business but don't have money. Like they don't
yeah,
have the money for it. So I mean, those are
mhm,
some pros.
for
Uh,
sure.
but with everything, and then also I did want to say, knowing your market, knowing your niche is extremely important in every
Mm,
business that you do. whether it's inventory, drop shipping, whether you're a salesperson, it's important because you want to know who you're talking to. You adjust what you say based on who you're talking to. So let's say I'm selling kid clothes, right? Who am I reaching out to? My market is people with kids. Or, I mean, everybody can buy it. Yes. You can buy, you don't have kids, but you can buy it for your niece. You can buy it for your nephew. You can buy it for your next door neighbor that's doing a good job, but you don't want to sell to the whole world. You want to know who your target audience is, who your market is, because the way I talk to a parent is not the same that I would talk to someone with no kids, a single bachelor or something. So always know who your target is and adjust your approach based on who your target market is, who your audience is. I find that that's like a mistake that a lot of people make, and that's a really important step that people skip. You can't just come into it like I'm selling
to the whole world.
Yeah, everybody could use this.
So who's your market? The world.
Yeah,
all right.
You can sell. Hey,
okay.
You can sell to the world. By any means, sell to the world, but know who your market is. No, that's like a lot of businesses fail because they're throwing so much money into advertising, but they don't know when you go, if you do like a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, what do they want to know? Who is your audience? Yeah. Who is your target audience? I'm selling to parents. You can't say the whole world. I'm just selling to people that's breathing.
Look, every option. Moms, dads, kids, 18 to 25, people to 60. Pick everything.
Nah, you get way more results when you know who your target audience is. But like we said, there are some cons. So what are a couple cons to drop shipping?
Everything. Just don't do it. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so I will say this. Do your research. If you don't do your research, don't jump into it. Figure out, is that something you want to do first? And then if that's not what you want to do, it may sound easy, but do your research first. Because like we said, some of the cons may be wrong product, different material. I know I can't say the name, but I bought some clothes from this site and I liked it. And so I bought the exact same pair and it was completely different. Like the material was different. The fit was different. The color was different. Even on the site, it was like black, but it wasn't like black. It was like a off black. I don't know how you use off black. So definitely get a sample and then make sure that it's the same stuff. You get the consistency in the product, because with drop shipping, it may not be the same. It may not have the same consistency.
Mm-hmm. And see, with drop shipping, so we say get a sample, right? But remember, you can sell multiple things drop shipping. So let's say you open up a full-blown site. You offer clothes, shoes, dresses, men's clothes, women's clothes, kid clothes. You can't get a sample of everything because you're trying not to spend that much money, right? You're trying to make money, not, lose money. So that's one kind. You can't get a sample. If you're selling, I'm not going to be petty. If you're selling an item, if you're selling an item that costs a lot of money, because some people like to sell, drop shipping. They like to do items that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can't get a sample because why would I spend $500 for a sample? You know what I'm saying? That's wasting money or losing out on money, because if you get a sample, you have to pay for it. Just because it's your business, that test order, you're paying for it because you don't want to spend no money, right? You're doing drop shipping. It's coming from the supplier directly, right? The supplier is not going to say, oh, here's one of each item that you sell. Absolutely not. So that's a big downfall for me.
Yeah. Another thing is making sure your supplier is a legit company. Making sure that you're buying real products from a real company versus, oh, it's cheaper, so I'm going to go with them, and you never get your product. Or your customers never get their product. Or as soon as you purchase something, they all of a sudden go out of business or they shut down. Yeah, it's tough, man. So definitely, like I said, before you do anything, do your research. Do your research on the company, man. Do your research on the whole everything when you do a job.
Yes. Yeah. And then them ship times. The biggest con for me, you got to think about it.
Because you're competing with Amazon. Amazon is
Yes.
like what 2 or 3 day shipping,
2 days,
and so
same
you
day.
same day sometimes. So if you
Same
gonna do drop
day.
shipping and it's like 2-3 weeks.
Listen, that's rough. Like, okay, I'm going by a book bag, right? You selling these cute book bags. I don't know. They say something on it. I don't know, whatever they put on it. And I'll sell you this bag, but you're not going to get it for about 4 to 6 weeks. What? I could go on Amazon and get that same exact bag and it'll be on my doorstep tonight.
Yeah.
No later than tomorrow. Like,
Exactly.
At this point, like, you got to be a great person because your business is going strictly off your reputation of who you are, because you telling me that I gotta wait 6 weeks to get this product that I can go get at the corner store. You telling me you gonna sell me a bonnet and I can't get that bonnet in 2 days. I gotta wait 6 weeks when I could go, I need it tonight. I'm gonna have a whole different hairstyle in 6 weeks. My trip, I'm trying to buy these t-shirts for my birthday trip. By the time I get my t-shirts, my birthday that came and went.
Like, you on the next one. You on the next one.
So it's the shipping. The shipping gets me because I have yet to see a drop shipping supplier that will ship it in 2 days. And I don't think it exists.
All right, so let me go ahead and say this. I must admit, I did do some research. So the average on dropshipping, the average that you can make per month is $1,000 or $25,000 per month. That's what the average they make. So that's pretty good money. The average person that has a dropshipping business makes $300,000 per year. So if you want to deal with all the cons, it'll be worth it. $300,000 a year is pretty good. $300,000 a year, pretty good. And then, like we said, it's no inventory. You don't have to touch anything. You don't basically have to do anything. Just work your site. You have that e-commerce site. You work that site. You market that site as hard as you can, and then you just go for it, man. So we're not trying to discourage anybody from doing whatever. If you like inventory, you're gonna be more leaning toward inventory. If you like drop shipping, you're gonna lean toward drop shipping. So figure out your business, figure out how you want to run your business, and then just go with it, man. But definitely, even on inventory, do your research.
Yeah.
Figure out your market, your niche, everything, and then just go for it. Drop shipping, figure out the market, the competition, figure out the supplier, make sure it's a legitimate supplier. Make sure your website, you don't have to pay high website fees, or it'll probably be easier, but you have to pay a little bit more to have someone build your website for you, and then have them teach you how to run your website, and then go from there. And you can have multiple websites. Like she said, you can have multiple items that you're selling. So there are definitely pros and cons to each one. Just figure out what you like and stick with it. It's going to take time. It's not just going to pop off the first month. It's going to take time, but stick with it. It's the consistency.
Yes.
Be consistent.
Yes. And don't use drop shipping as an easy way out. I find that a lot of people feel like, I'm not really a business person. I don't really want to go 100% with this business. I just want some money on the side. So I just wake up one morning and start a drop shipping. No, absolutely not. Like, do your research, like you said, do your research and make sure that treat it like it's a real business. Even though you don't have inventory, treat it like it's a real business, because I feel like for drop shipping, the cons are higher than inventory because mistakes happen. At least with inventory, you can control, what was sent out, the quality, but with drop shipping, you don't have the luxury of knowing. So just be prepared. If you go into drop shipping thinking this is my business, like this is my true business, then when those obstacles or those cons come up, you'll be prepared, and you're not just gonna say, I don't care, I'm not
right.
It's not a real business anyway. Drop shipping is a real business, so just treat it like it's a business. Don't just half do it.
And that's all we got for y'all today, man. So much. Man. So you saying don't start a drop shipping business?
I didn't say that.
What other issue you have with drop shipping? Like, give me one more issue before we get out of here. One more issue with drop shipping.
I would say the suppliers were like a huge issue because it's like trying to communicate with them, because most drop shipping suppliers that I came across were like in China. And you got to think of the time difference. So when an issue comes up, I would have to send them a message and they wouldn't get back to me until the nighttime. So it's like only one message was going out a day. So like I tell them, look, I got a problem.
Think about that.
And then they come back at midnight. What's the problem? And I come back. I come back the next day. I'm like, this didn't, my customer's looking for this. It wasn't shipped out on time. And then they come back the next day. What was the order number? And then I come back the next day.
Lord.
So I would say the supplier, the communication. I mean, if you could do drop shipping and find somebody in the United States, that's good. But I don't know. It just was, I don't like too many hands in a pot. Yeah. I don't like my money depending on somebody else. Yeah, I can make $300,000, but how long is it going to take before my people get their product? Right. I like to offer 2-day shipping. Because I'm competing with Amazon. I'm competing with the hair store down the street. I'm competing with Walmart. So I like to, me personally, I like to offer, you're going to for sure get it within the next few days. And nothing is for sure. Absolutely nothing is for sure with dropshipping. Nothing. Not a thing.
All right, folks. Before we get too deep. All right. So.
Nothing.
Oh man. Anyway, so thank y'all for sipping and tipping with us on the Boss Business Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at
Boss Business Pod.
Also, if you would like to sponsor a show or be interviewed, send us an email at
bossbusinesspod@gmail.com.
You can also send us topics to discuss, questions to be answered, or just let us know how we're doing. But before I let you go, I'm gonna leave you with a quote. You know I love my quotes, man. I'm gonna leave you out with this quote today by Mr. Grant Cardone, who said, "Never lower your target, increase your actions." Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, all right. Okay. All right.
Bring
Never lower your target.
Mm-hmm.
Target. What's a target? Never lower your target, but increase your actions. Having that being said, we'll see y'all next Monday on the Boss Business Podcast. Same place, same time. We'll see y'all later.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life,